What if I told you that a simple habit you do every morning could be silently shaving years off your life? It sounds alarming, but the truth is, many seniors unknowingly engage in daily routines that increase their risk of heart disease, dementia, and even early death. These habits feel harmless. Some are even comforting, but science reveals a different story. Imagine waking up feeling exhausted, your joints aching, your mind foggy. You tell yourself, this is just part of aging. But what if it isn't? What if small changes could bring back your energy, sharpen your mind, and add years to your life? The good news is they can. Doctors have identified 7 everyday habits that seniors should stop immediately, and by making a few simple adjustments, you can take control of your health starting today. Stay with me as we count down these 7 dangerous habits. Some may shock you, and one in particular might be something you do without thinking. But before we dive in, take a moment to commit to your health. Are you ready to make a change? Let's begin. Let's start with one of the most surprising dangers lurking in your daily routine: salt. It's in almost everything you eat, from the canned soup in your pantry to the bread on your table. It enhances flavor, preserves food, and is so common that you probably don't even think about it. But here's the alarming truth. Most seniors consume far too much salt, and it's taking a serious toll on their health. Over 80% of older adults exceed the recommended daily sodium intake, often without realizing it. The American Heart Association warns that this isn't just a minor issue. Too much salt silently raises blood pressure, stiffens arteries, and significantly increases the risk of stroke and heart disease, and it doesn't stop there. Excess sodium is linked to osteoporosis, kidney disease, and even cognitive decline. It's like a slow-acting poison, gradually weakening your body over time. A study from the University of California found that simply reducing salt intake by 1 teaspoon a day could prevent thousands of deaths each year. Imagine that. One small change, one simple decision, could mean extra years of health and vitality. So, how do you do it? How do you cut back without sacrificing taste or enjoyment? First, awareness is key. Start by tracking your salt intake for a week. Read food labels carefully. Many processed and packaged foods are loaded with hidden sodium. When you cook, reach for herbs and spices instead of the salt shaker. Swap out canned vegetables for fresh or frozen alternatives. And most importantly, take it slow. Your taste buds will adjust over time, and soon you won't even miss the extra salt. The goal isn't to eliminate salt completely. Your body needs some sodium to function properly, but moderation is everything. By being mindful of what you eat and making small, intentional changes, you can lower your risk of life-threatening illnesses and feel healthier and more energetic every day. Now that we've tackled salt, let's move on to something even more surprising. Something as simple as the way you sit could be silently shaving years off your life. Now, let's talk about something that seems harmless, but could be quietly cutting years off your life. Sitting. It's comfortable. It's easy. And after a lifetime of hard work, you've earned the right to relax. But what if I told you that too much sitting is just as dangerous as smoking? It sounds extreme, but research proves it. Studies show that seniors who sit for more than 8 hours a day have a 40% higher risk of early death compared to those who sit for less than 4. And it's not just about weight gain or muscle loss. Prolonged sitting affects your body at a cellular level. It increases inflammation, slows circulation, and even alters the way your genes function. The longer you stay seated, the more your body struggles to keep up with essential processes like maintaining muscle strength, keeping your heart healthy, and regulating blood sugar. Dr. Eileen Pangilinan, a specialist in geriatric health, explains that movement isn't just about fitness. It's about survival. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, our balance becomes more fragile, and mobility decreases. Sitting too much accelerates these changes, making everyday activities harder and increasing the risk of falls and serious injuries. In fact, a study from the Mayo Clinic found that for every hour you sit, the positive effects of 30 minutes of exercise are undone. That's right. Your body is designed to move, and without it, the consequences can be severe. But here's the good news. You don't need to run a marathon or spend hours in the gym to combat the effects of sitting. The key is simple. Break up your sitting time. Try the 2 for 20 rule. For every 20 minutes you spend sitting, stand up and move for just 2 minutes. Walk around the house, stretch, march in place, anything to get your blood flowing. If you watch TV, stand up during commercials. If you read, set a timer to remind yourself to move. These small movements may seem insignificant, but they add up to huge benefits. A 2017 study found that those with the highest amount of sedentary time had nearly double the mortality risk compared to those who sat less. But here's the hopeful part. Trading just 2 minutes of sitting for 2 minutes of light activity each hour lowered the risk of death by 33%. Imagine that. By making one small change, you could drastically improve your health and extend your life. Your body was built to move, and even the smallest efforts can make a difference. So the next time you find yourself sitting for too long, remember this. Stand up, stretch, take a few steps. Your future self will thank you. And now let's talk about something just as critical. One of the most overlooked health risks affecting seniors every single day. Have you ever felt unusually tired, dizzy, or forgetful? Maybe you chalked it up to aging, assuming it was just part of getting older. But what if I told you that the real culprit might be something as simple as not drinking enough water? Chronic dehydration is one of the most overlooked health risks for seniors, and it could be affecting you right now without you even realizing it. Nearly half of all seniors are chronically dehydrated, and the consequences are far more serious than just feeling thirsty. When your body lacks enough water, your blood thickens, making your heart work harder. Your kidneys struggle to flush out toxins. Your brain slows down, functioning like a computer on low battery, leading to confusion and memory lapses that can easily be mistaken for dementia. It's no surprise that dehydration is one of the leading causes of hospitalization among older adults. The good news? Small changes can make a huge difference. A study from UCLA found that seniors who increased their water intake by just 2 cups a day saw a 50% reduction in falls. Think about that. Something as simple as drinking more water could keep you steadier on your feet and out of the hospital. When you're dehydrated, your muscles weaken, your balance is compromised, and your reaction time slows down. That's why staying hydrated isn't just about comfort, it's about protecting yourself from serious injury. But here's the tricky part. As we age, our thirst sensation decreases. Your body may need water long before you actually feel thirsty. That's why relying on thirst alone isn't enough. You have to make hydration a habit. Keep a water bottle within reach at all times. Set reminders on your phone or leave sticky notes in your kitchen. If plain water feels boring, infuse it with fruit for natural flavor. And don't forget that hydration isn't just about drinking water. Many foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges are packed with fluids and can help keep you hydrated throughout the day. Making hydration a priority is one of the simplest and most effective ways to improve your health. More energy, better focus, stronger muscles, and a lower risk of falls, all from something as basic as drinking more water. So before you assume that fatigue or forgetfulness is just a normal part of aging, take a step back and ask yourself, have I had enough water today? Now that we've tackled the importance of hydration, let's turn our attention to another hidden danger, one that might be sitting right on your kitchen counter. Take a moment and think about your daily routine. How many pills do you take each day? 5? 10? More? You're not alone. Over 40% of seniors take at least 5 prescription drugs daily, and while medications can be life-saving, taking too many can do more harm than good. It's called polypharmacy, taking multiple medications at once, and it's a growing problem among older adults. The more medications you take, the higher the risk of dangerous drug interactions. Some medications cancel each other out, while others amplify side effects, leading to dizziness, confusion, fatigue, and even falls. In fact, studies show that seniors who take multiple medications have a 50% higher risk of falling and a 30% greater chance of being hospitalized. Think about that. your daily pill routine, meant to keep you healthy, might actually be putting you in danger. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a leading geriatric specialist, warns that many seniors are on medications they no longer need. A study from Johns Hopkins found that 1 in 5 prescriptions for older adults may be unnecessary. Over time, medications accumulate, often prescribed to treat side effects caused by other drugs. It's a cycle that can leave you feeling worse instead of better. So, what can you do? The first step is to take control. Schedule a medication review with your doctor. Bring every pill you take, both prescription and over-the-counter, and ask a crucial question: do I still need this? You might be surprised to learn that some medications can be reduced or even eliminated. Never stop taking a medication on your own, but don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Your health should never be on autopilot. Another key factor: hydration. Many medications require proper hydration to be processed efficiently by your body. If you're not drinking enough water, your medications might not work as intended, or worse, they could build up to toxic levels in your system. Staying hydrated is just as important as taking the right dose. Medications should help you live a better, healthier life, not make you feel worse. By staying informed, asking the right questions, and working with your doctor, you can make sure you're taking only what you truly need. Because at the end of the day, your health isn't just about the number of pills in your cabinet. It's about feeling strong, clear-headed, and in control of your well-being. Now, let's talk about something that affects nearly everyone but is rarely discussed: the hidden dangers of late-night snacking. It's late at night, and you find yourself reaching for a snack. Maybe it's a bowl of ice cream, a handful of crackers, or just a few bites of leftovers. It's harmless, right? After all, you've had a long day, and a little late-night treat seems like no big deal. But what if that simple habit was quietly wreaking havoc on your body? Studies show that people who regularly eat after 8 p.m. have a 55% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Late-night snacking forces your body to work overtime when it should be resting and repairing. Your metabolism slows down at night, meaning the food you eat is more likely to be stored as fat. Blood sugar spikes, insulin resistance increases, and your digestive system struggles to keep up. Over time, this pattern can lead to serious health problems, including obesity, heart disease, and chronic inflammation. But the effects go beyond just weight gain. Eating late can disrupt your body's natural rhythm, throwing off your sleep cycle and leaving you feeling groggy and sluggish the next day. Your body thrives on routine, and when you fuel it at the wrong times, it struggles to maintain balance. Poor sleep, increased cravings, and lower energy levels become part of a vicious cycle that's hard to break. So what can you do? The key is to set a cutoff time for eating, ideally at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. If you feel hungry late at night, reach for a sleep-friendly snack like a handful of almonds, a slice of turkey, or a small serving of Greek yogurt. These options provide protein and healthy fats that can help stabilize blood sugar without overloading your system. Breaking the habit of late-night snacking isn't just about willpower. It's about creating a healthier nighttime routine. Try brushing your teeth after dinner as a signal to your brain that eating time is over. Keep yourself occupied with relaxing activities like reading or light stretching. The goal isn't to go to bed hungry, it's to support your body in the way it was designed to function. Now that we've tackled the dangers of late-night eating, let's move on to something even more surprising: the impact of loneliness on your health. Imagine this. You're at home, surrounded by familiar comforts. The TV is on, the house is quiet, and yet something feels missing. Maybe it's been days since you last had a real conversation. Maybe the phone isn't ringing as often as it used to. At first, solitude feels peaceful, but over time, it starts to feel like something else: loneliness. Loneliness isn't just an emotion, it's a serious health risk. Studies show that social isolation increases the risk of premature death by 50%, a greater risk factor than obesity or high blood pressure. Feeling lonely can raise stress hormones, weaken the immune system, and even accelerate cognitive decline. In fact, researchers at the University of Chicago found that loneliness can actually alter the way your genes express themselves, making your body more vulnerable to disease. Dr. Michael Danielowitz, a leading geriatrician, explains that human connection is just as essential to longevity as diet and exercise. Seniors who maintain strong social ties tend to live longer, healthier lives. And yet, so many older adults find themselves withdrawing, sometimes gradually, sometimes all at once, until isolation becomes the new normal. But here's the hopeful truth. It's never too late to rebuild connections. A phone call, a short visit, or even a quick conversation with a neighbor can make a world of difference. Joining a local class, volunteering, or attending community events can bring new friendships and a renewed sense of purpose. If distance is a challenge, technology can help. Video calls, online groups, and even social media can keep you connected in meaningful ways. If reaching out feels difficult, start small. Set a daily reminder to check in with someone, a family member, an old friend, or even a fellow senior in your community. Meaningful connections don't have to be many, they just have to be genuine. Your health, your happiness, and even your longevity depend on it. As we reflect on the power of human connection, there's one more habit we need to address, one that's affecting millions of people every single night without them realizing the damage it's causing. It's late at night, and you're lying in bed, scrolling through your phone. Maybe you're catching up on the news, checking messages, or watching a video to relax before sleep. It feels harmless, even comforting. But what if that simple habit was silently stealing your rest and putting your long-term health at risk? Studies show that exposure to blue light from screens before bed suppresses melatonin production, the hormone that regulates sleep. A groundbreaking study from Harvard Medical School found that blue light exposure can delay sleep by up to 90 minutes. That means even if you feel tired, your body isn't fully prepared to rest. Over time, poor sleep patterns can lead to an increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia. In fact, research suggests that seniors who consistently get insufficient sleep have a 30% higher risk of cognitive decline. But the problem isn't just the light, it's the stimulation. Scrolling through social media, reading emails, or watching intense videos keeps the brain active when it should be winding down. Instead of preparing for deep restorative sleep, your mind stays alert, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. So what can you do? The best strategy is to create a technology-free zone at least an hour before bedtime. Replace screen time with relaxing activities like reading a book, listening to calming music, or practicing light stretches. If you must use your phone, consider enabling a blue light filter or investing in blue light blocking glasses to minimize exposure. Dimming the lights in your home and switching to warm amber-colored bulbs can also help signal to your body that it's time to rest. Sleep is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining health and vitality, and protecting it should be a priority. A good night's sleep isn't just about feeling refreshed. It's about giving your body the time it needs to heal, recharge, and function at its best. So tonight, try putting your phone away a little earlier. Your future self will thank you. Now that we've uncovered these hidden habits, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What simple changes can you start making today to improve your health and longevity? We've uncovered some eye-opening truths about the habits that could be quietly harming your health. From too much salt to too much sitting, from dehydration to the dangers of isolation, these seemingly small daily choices can have a profound impact on your well-being. But here's the most important takeaway. It's never too late to make a change. Your health is not defined by the past. Every day is a new opportunity to take control, to make better choices, to prioritize the years ahead of you. Small adjustments, drinking more water, moving a little more, connecting with loved ones, can add up to a life that is not only longer, but richer and more fulfilling. Your body is resilient, Your mind is strong, and the power to create positive change is in your hands. So ask yourself, what is one habit you can start changing today? Maybe it's standing up more often, swapping out processed foods, or calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Whatever it is, start now. Your future self will thank you. If you found these insights helpful, share this knowledge with those you care about. Like this video, subscribe for more tips on senior health, and join us on this journey to a healthier, happier life. The best years are still ahead. Make the most of them.